Hey guys, Michael here. One more quick little video here on another 75-cent find. Jules and the Polar Bears, Phonetics. When I bought that, the first thing I saw, I noticed that it was a demo copy and that the cover wasn't in really great shape. I wasn't sure, but I pulled it on out to check it and realized that this demo was also a test pressing, and looked to be honestly, a very strong VG plus, and I think I would still probably give it that grade. There are a couple of spots where the needle jumps. No visible scratch creating that, so I think it's very possibly can be repaired once I get up enough nerve to do that little technique with the toothpick. As an album, I enjoyed it quite a bit. There were a couple of songs that kind of slid over into Hojo territory, so to speak, for me, and that I didn't like as well. But all in all, overall I enjoyed the album and thought some of it was really good. Jules Shear is one of those guys who I've never thought of him as top shelf. I've always thought of him as very good. Kind of like Kimberly Rue. Kimberly Rue's okay, but he can't hold a candle to Robin Hitchcock in my book. And this guy, to me, I said before, I kind of had a tendency to think of him as sort of an American Robin Hitchcock light, and we would spell that L-I-T-E. And I think that's almost fair. It's also not really that accurate way to describe his music and his songwriting, but I guess in the sense that they're both idiosyncratic and that they both write what I think you could clearly call pop music, although not necessarily dance pop or whatever. Good album, decent album, and kind of fun to have. When I bought it, I thought, gee, I wonder if this is worth anything. Not that that means I'm going to sell it, but because I've never flipped an album yet in my life. I've sold more albums at a loss than I've ever sold for a profit. It turns out it's really not worth anything. I found two on Discogs for sale for under $3, about like $2.98. Both of them listed the media, the vinyl, as in being good plus, I think, or VG, and maybe they're just more conservative than I am, and maybe their albums are every bit as good as this, but they heard those little jumps and said, oh, eesh. Whereas I think I can fix it, and since I'm not going to sell it anyway, but it's certainly, on the other hand, I dig test pressings. I have a few, a small handful. Maybe I'll do a little video sometime and just show you all my test pressings, and you'll all be unimpressed, and we can all move on and forget about it then. But I do like them, and when I see a test pressing, without fail, I'm going to probably pick it up unless it's just absolutely been demolished. So that's why I bought it originally, and the fact that I kind of liked Jules Shear, and I've played it, and I still kind of like it. I think it's pretty good. I'm not sorry I got it. Certainly not for 75 cents. That's all I got to say. Enjoy the music. I think it's just one of the best things in life, isn't it?